Yeah. I guess. Chapter 14, 1:28 a.m. Hemsick Park, the site of the little lady Camilla's abduction tonight, and the place where an important piece of evidence, the music box, was hidden. Alright. I wonder why our lady detective is looking so dejected. At least she isn't dead, but what did she find? Well, let's go over there and find out. No, this is a problem. Huh? What's he doing here? La la la, let me spend a moment's time with you, my love. The world will not end if the food delivery is a little late, la la la. A little late, it's already ice cold. I guess. Well, there's a basketball in there? What's up here? I see. I'm confused. Okay. Baseball. Well, hi. Oh, there you are, Thistle. From your dejected expression, I gather you didn't find what you were looking for? Right, I can't find the music box anywhere. But I found something else instead, something horrible. Horrible? What is it? There, in the grass. You'd better see for yourself. Oh. Looks like a dead body. It nearly died when I saw it. And I suppose now that we found it, we can't just leave it there, can we? Nope, I suppose not. Who is it? Stop the park from being turned into a housing site. Protect the park, the roof. You there. You're talking to me, aren't you? I have some leaflets for you. Leaflets I know you'll be very interested in. I urge you to peruse it thoroughly, examine it in detail. Never mind that right now. Do you remember your name? My name. What does my name matter when there are more important things to worry about? Okay. Come now and study these tracts with me, my brother. Come and learn about the what now? The Rock of the Gods with me? The night is no longer young. As a matter of fact, daybreak is approaching, but we are young. Look, I don't have time to get involved in your way of life, but I am interested in your way of death. So let's go back to 4 minutes before your death. Okay. Hemsick Park. And so I made up my mind. I resolved to live here in this park and defend it. Okay, what does that have to do with this Rock of the Gods you mentioned? You still don't appear to understand. It's written quite clearly in the 4th leaflet, in great detail. Excuse me, but I have to use the restroom. Eek! I'm coming! Just hold on! I'll be right there. I've located the target beauty, a girl of the right age coming out of the right apartment building at the right time. Yes, my dear, I'll ever so gently nab her and come right back to your side. Good evening, young lady. Won't you come with me? Eek! Oh no, what do I do? What should I do? I have to do something. Oops. What in the world? What just happened? Oh, that's Mino. Mino? Mino, the mascot, the symbol of Temsic Park. Forget about the name of that big creepy lump of concrete. Talking about the way it changed direction, did you see that? Yes, I did. We witnessed it with our own eyes. The power of the Rock of the Gods. That was the power of the gods. The power of the gods saved that little girl. And then that same power very deliberately crushed you instead? Yes, precisely. That is called the mischief of the gods. Was it the mischief of the gods, or was it a ghost trick? But nah, it couldn't have been a ghost trick. A ghost trick could change the direction of something that heavy in midair. But wait a minute. What if there was something with much greater powers than me? Or somebody with much greater powers than me? Words. Okay. Look at that! There's another flame besides mine. Ooh, so that is the flame of a god, is it? But hold on. The spirit is a flame too, isn't it? Yeah, so? Pardon me, but are you a god? I sincerely doubt it. At the last minute, that big lump of concrete made a huge swing to one side. That's probably that flame's doing. Who could it be? I definitely believe it's either a god or somebody god-related. Maybe I'd better try talking to this person. Okay. Hello. What the? A person with much greater powers than me. It's you? Hey! Sissel! Oh my, it's Missile. You look well for being dead. Did you see? Did you see what I did? I did it. I tried really hard and I did it. I saved Miss Camilla. Are you telling me I was done in by a puppy dog? Missile, what's going on? How did you get the powers of the dead? I'm glad you asked. After Miss Camilla went out and you left. I worked like crazy to make my own path, and I did it. And then I followed Miss Camilla out into the big wide world. And then, here at this park, I found her at last. Yes, you guessed it, and I barked. You bet I did, and I went running after her too. Oh. And then I guess I died. Then I was unconscious for a little while. When I came to, it was all over. Poor Miss Camilla, crushed under that big scary lump. Oh, what have I done? I'm so sorry, little lady. Please forgive me. Miss Camilla! I had to rescue Miss Camilla. It was up to me. I cried out from the depths of my heart. And then... I can't tell you how surprised I was, but I bet you understand, right? Better than probably anybody else could. And I remembered what you did for me, how you saved me. So, you went back, right? Back to 4 minutes before the little lady's death? You bet I did. That's green. Yes, my dear. I'll ever so gently nab her and come right back to your side. Wacky. That was my chance, I thought. I saw the core. I don't know, it looks pretty far. I stretched out my paw towards the core. Oh, how I felt at that moment. I'd love for you to be able to feel it too. Go ahead, Sissel. Go ahead and try it for yourself. What? I can't believe it. How could you connect over such a great distance? Well, they don't call me Missile for nothing. And so then you manipulated that Mino thing and threw it aside? Right on top of my head? Well, no, actually. Huh? I can't manipulate things like you can, Sissel. You can't, then how did you? I didn't know what to do. Then I happened to see something out of the corner of my eye, and I had a core too. A single leaf hanging from the tree. I tried reaching out to the leaf. Oh. What in the world? I can't manipulate things, but apparently I can swap them. As long as the two things have the same shape, that is. Swap things with the same shape? Go ahead and try it. Touch the swap button. Wacky. That's incredible. And so that's how you saved your mistress, is it? And that's how I became caught up in this, is it? I'm very sorry. My powers were too meager. Meager? Because, you see, I saw one more. I happened to notice one more core. There was something with the exact same shape stuck in the branches of a tree. Hey, you're right. If Mino could be swapped again with that, then disaster wouldn't have to rain down on my head. But what is that thing? It's too big to be a leaf. Whatever it is, I'd much prefer it on my head than Mino. So why didn't you swap them, Missile? I couldn't stretch out my paw a little further than you can. Or I can stretch out my paw a little further than you can, Sissel. But this was just too far for me. I couldn't reach. Oh well. I must admit, it's a fascinating spectacle of a death, if I do say so myself. I kept retrying over and over, seeing if there was anything I could do. But there's something you can do now. Huh? If we work together, you and me. Sissel, you think so? I don't plan on letting anybody die in front of me tonight. You think you could help me? Of course. Naturally. So we're going to drop that Mino thing in a different spot. Okay, let's try it. Let's go back again to 4 minutes before. Alright. Tick-tock. Alright, let's get started. 4 minutes from now, you'll swap Mino with the leaf. Then you have to swap Mino with something else. Something with the same shape. Oh, I believe that's a rugby ball. Okay, rugby ball, huh? But with the rugby ball where it is now, Missile can't reach it. So that means I have to move it closer somehow. Looks like you and I will have to work together on that one, Missile. Okay, I'm ready. Whenever you want to use my swap trick, just touch the icon. That way you'll be able to control me. And then if you touch the icon, control will come back to me. By the way, you can switch between us with select too. Select, huh? I'll remember that. Okay, let's try it. Together we can stop Mino from hurting anybody. So... Alright, Missile. Your powers are the key this time. Okay, I'm ready. I can swap anything that has the same shape. Just call on me if you find anything you want to try. Probably the best thing to do is to just try a bunch of things and see how it goes. If I see something we can swap, I should use the icon. Okay. So I can't pull that. Higher, wait. Maybe. So I can swap this as well. But that gets me what? Look at this funny flattened ball. It's the same shape as that horrible Mino. It's too far to swap from here. Even this ball is starting to look horrible to me. We have to find a way to get this ball closer to that Mino thing. Knock it down from the tree, I say. There must be something we can do. Can't go further right. Hold on. No. No. Swap. Okay, and then swap you. No. And then from here, still can't reach. Hold on. Mr. Lid. Yeah. So heavy, I can't move it very much. Maybe because of that swap I made. I guess a little ball is about all the weight I can handle. Oh boy. Woo, here you come already. I swore to myself not to repeat my mistakes. Mistakes? When somebody's in trouble, you should lend them a hand, otherwise they'll definitely regret it. Now the recklessness of youth has taken over, giving me lightning fast speed. I've been thinking, if we could stop this man from running, maybe he wouldn't get squished. Wouldn't be easy to stop me once the recklessness of youth has taken over. Stop him, eh? Okay, hold on. Alright. But if I were to then swap you two, let's see. Let's see. Well, I can, no. Wait. There. So I can probably get here now. That's a shame. I don't know what that did. I'm unsure. Well. Oh, that was so close. If I hit the ball, it could have knocked it down. Wait. Is that all this umbrella can be used for? For knocking the rugby ball down? Don't forget about my powers. Don't forget about my recklessness of youth. Is there something I can swap you with? I'm confused. Let's see. I don't know. I'm not sure what to do. This is a shovel. I don't know. Hold on, I still need to potentially swap these. It still does that automatically. Okay. So this'll help. There's nothing to reach the Swamina with. Or too late. Darn. So let's start over again. Yeah. I'm not really sure. Alright. No, I don't need to read this again. I'm a doofus. Gosh. Stop. So, if I were to... replace... Hold on. Let's get you over there. And then... No. Yeah. That. Hello. Okay. And then I need you somewhere else for now. No, wait. How do I do this? Yeah. No. I'm stupid. Oh gosh. Come on, man. I just can't reach it. No. Shh. I'm so bad. Okay. No, I don't want to go back to... That's what I want. I messed up. Oh, I gotta get the basketball to hit the throw or something. Maybe I can't... My brain can't handle any of it. No. Get in there. Alright. Oh, would you look at that? There are a lot of round things around here. Oh boy, that means it's time for me, right? Oh boy. My hair is also round. Let's see, do you use missile? Yeah, I know. Why would you tell me this now? Okay. Okay, start spinning the thing. And then... No. And now... Then... Swap. Nuts, I probably could have already been up there. Go quickly. Why? How do I get up there? This doesn't make any sense. Alright. I mean... Was I able to do a basketball or no? I couldn't remember if it was a basketball or the tiger. Okay. My gosh, I hate you. You ruined it. Okay, but like, can I even reach? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, good. Now let me... Come on, man. Why? How do I do this? This doesn't make any sense. What do you think of my lightning fast pace? Wish you would knock it off. That's what I think. We don't have time to prepare. We're gonna have to find a way to stop him from running. Uh-huh. You saw swings those things. Precisely. Except there was one more piece of equipment to be exact. And that would be, what's the other one? The tire? I'm confused. Dumpster lid. Oil drum. Okay. What's the other piece of equipment? How do I slow him down? I'm stupid. Oh gosh, why'd I do that? Nuts. Spin. There. Now it's spinning way too fast, right? Okay. Well. Yeah. Okay, wait, I need to open it again. Maybe. So now that's in there. But, oh, I so did not see that coming. I never thought the umbrella would catch the ball. I did. Did you see that? The little branch shook a little. I think I saw it shake too. It only shook a little more. Knocked a terrible rugby ball down from this terrible tree. Maybe it just needs a little more weight. I'm sure we can do this. We just have to put our heads together. Everything looks good. So far, we just need one more step. I'm confused. Okay. Yes. I'm a genius. There, we moved the ball. What do you think, Missile? With the ball there, I think I can do it. In just a few seconds, we'll swap Mino with the leaf. And then from there, you can swap Mino one more time. Final moment is near. Missile, are you ready? You bet. Okay. Oh, I'm waiting. Alright. Now, okay, watch me, Sissel. Here I go. Final finishing touches. You can do it, Missile. Swap Mino with that ball. Oops. There, how's that? My head has been spared. Truly, that was a try worthy of the gods. And now Mino is right where he belongs. We did it again, didn't we? Didn't we? Nobody has to die. Except for one brave little somebody. Huh? I'm talking about you, Missile. Oh, me? I guess you're right. I'm still dead, aren't I? So now let's go back and save your life. Wait a minute. What is it? Now that I think about it, I think I want to stay dead a little longer. What? When I was alive, I couldn't even help Miss Camilla when she was in trouble. I wanted to be able to protect Miss Camilla, and to do that, I need these powers I have now. I see. Perfectly understandable. Even I wish I had powers like that. Hey, we just saved you. Don't wish your life away already. Oh, of course, you're right. Okay, Missile, have it your way. By the way, Mr. Reckless Youth, there's a certain detective who needs that music box you found. When we get back to the present time, could you give it to her? Certainly, you have my word. Let's go back then, to the present. Fine. And so Camilla ended up in the hands of the kidnappers. We weren't able to change that part. Lynn listened to my story without saying anything. I'm sorry, I wish there was something else I could have done. No, you did the best you could. I'm sure she's all right after all. After all, she has me. Missile, are you in there? Miss Lynn, leave Miss Camilla to me. I know I don't look like much right now, but I'm sure I can help her. Missile. Eek! Good job. Miss Lynn. I'm going to leave it up to Missile. Kinda looks like Missile is being left up to the wind. Ooh. I have something to give you. Stop the park from being turned into a housing site. Protect the park, the Rock of the Gods. Aren't you forgetting your promise? Oh, pardon me, pardon me. My apologies, this is for you. Oh. You kept the music box safe, didn't you? Thank you. Not at all, I was only doing what the Rock of the Gods would have wanted. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? He's mesmerized by my beauty. Hey, the cat's not allowed to get your tongue. Excuse me, but are you? No, it couldn't be. Have we met before? Aren't you that little girl from that time? I'll never forget it. It was 10 years ago in this park. 10 years ago? Are you talking about... Here in this park, the gods surely control fate. Today, 10 years from that day, we meet once again. That isn't the power of the gods, then what else is it? Could just be coincidence, but apparently you know our lady detective here. Could you tell us about it? About what happened 10 years ago? Yes, of course. I was actually about to do that. Just that. I can't read. What's this Rock of the Gods you keep mentioning? Don't you know? It's right there in front of us. That's a dead dog. Missile. Wait a minute. You say gods, but do you mean dogs? Of course not. Don't be silly. This is no time for ridiculous word games. You're standing just above the Rock of the Gods now. Take a good look at that monument. Monument? Rock of the Gods, Temsek Park. Rock of the Gods. You mean, is that a meteor? The rock is buried in the ground right there. It's been there these 10 years. Ever since that day, it flew down from the heavens and showed us a miracle. A miracle? So this rock you've been talking about is a meteorite? Precisely. It dropped from the sky on that day 10 years ago. Yes, of course. Surely you know all about it? Me? That day I just happened to be passing through this park. I had no idea that day would change my destiny. The sun was going down, and through the gloom, I heard the scream of a little girl. Eek! Now just calm down and drop that weapon. So stay back if you come any closer. I'll shoot her. I peeked out fearfully from the bushes and saw some shadowy figures. I didn't see the face of the criminal clearly. I knew I should do something to help, but I couldn't move. The tension was so thick it was painful, just when I couldn't stand it any longer. That's when it happened. The sky suddenly burned bluish white. Oh no. And it crashed into the ground. The meteorite gave off a shower of beautiful fragments. And then I saw it. One of those beautiful fragments pierced into the criminal's back. The judgment of the gods was brought down on the park that day. "10 years ago, the little girl that was you was saved by the Rock of the Gods. Oh my, I can't believe it. The Rock of the Gods was given the name Temsek. And still today, it lies sleeping deep in the park's earth. Temsek. I never knew about this Temsek. I always thought Detective Jowd was the one who saved me. You were very young then, and you passed out from the shock of being taken hostage. Of course you wouldn't remember. But that's funny. A huge incident like that should have caused quite a stir. It's strange you never heard of it, Lynn. It is, isn't it? But now that I think about it, I remember I didn't want to think about what happened. I avoided the news and I never came back to this park again. That's why I didn't know anything about it. The meteorite was named Temsek after the name of this park that it fell in. Then the Rock of the Gods was forgotten. Now an awful thing is happening. They're talking about turning this park into a housing site. Never forget the miracle I witnessed that day, and so I've taken up residence in this park I'm trying to appeal to the people. Protect the park, the Rock of the Gods. That's my mission, I see. The dog. I'm taking you with me, Missile. So 10 years ago, the little girl that was Lynn wasn't aware of the meteorite. I get that. Detective Jowd, on the other hand, there's no way he didn't know about this Temsic thing. And if he knew, and the man died, I took his life, what was that confession of his all about? The rocks of the gods that fell from the sky 10 years ago changed the destinies of many people's lives, like the ripples on a pond when a pebble is dropped in. With every answer I get, I learn about a new mystery. Will I be able to break the chain of mysteries before dawn? Anyway, now that we have the evidence we need, we decided to meet up again at the minister's office. Besides, there are a few things I want to ask Detective Jowd. You found the music box, Detective Jowd. Good job, Lynn. I knew you would. Once everything had been resolved, I had wanted you to give this to him. Him? You mean Inspector Cabanela, right? Then suppose he'll ever forgive me. Detective Jowd. Now then, let's get this thing open. There's a certain knack to doing it, you know. See? He calls that a knack? Looks more like brute strength to me. Here you go. Why would you do that? You should find scorch marks on the grip. Scorch marks? When Camilla built her contraption, she used a special kind of string. It's a kind magicians use. It burns up in an instant and disappears. Why would little Camilla use something like that? I don't know. Maybe it's because she's a detective's daughter, not leaving any evidence behind and all that. Haha. In the case report, there was a mention of some scorch marks. When it happened, Camilla was watching from her hiding place. She saw the flame run to the gun, something she naturally didn't include in her design. I took the gun out of the frame and replaced it with a picture. If you remove the picture, you should find scorch marks behind it on the frame too, and those marks should match up with the ones on the gun. In other words, it proves the contraption existed there in that room that day. And it didn't work the way your little girl intended, is that right? Exactly. Some cowardly culprit modified the design. But that angle was never brought up in court, and so, as Justice Minister, I must call off the execution at this point. I knew I was right. It wasn't Detective Jowd, now we can finally prove that. Thank goodness. Thank you, Lynn. In those eyes of yours, I see the eyes of that little girl from 10 years ago. I'll talk to you, I guess? Sissel, if you hadn't come to my cell tonight, I would be gone by now, without ever having known any of this. This is what I deserve. That's what I told myself these past 5 years. Things are different now. Thanks to you, my eyes have finally been opened. Tonight, I've come into contact with a lot of people's lives and got involved in their fates. And the only reason I was doing it was to regain my own lost memory. But things are different now. We're connected to each other somehow, I just know it. And that's why I need to ask you a few more questions, in order to find the truth about us. Fair enough, fire away. Cecil told me all about it, Detective Jowd. About the manipulator. Yes, and it looks like this manipulator really did a number on the minister, too. Oh! Please don't pick on the minister. If he dies again, I'm the one who has to save him. Ooh. Cecil, do you think that's what happened to me, too? What are you talking about, Lynn? Don't tell me. You were manipulated, too? There was always a part of me that just couldn't believe it. That image of the one who shot me. But now I see the possibility of a new explanation. But who is it? And why did they do it? That contraption was for a birthday surprise for Camilla's mother, wasn't it? That's right. Something's been bothering me about it. I feel like I know that device from somewhere. No surprise there. You lost your life once tonight because of that machine. Right? I knew it. See, Detective Jowd? No, I'm afraid I don't see. I told Detective Jowd about it. Told him about seeing the exact same contraption tonight in a completely different place. That's very strange indeed. A junkyard on the edge of town? I've never even heard of the place. And what's more, I've never told a single soul about that contraption. You haven't? That old pigeon guy. Who in the world is he? Detective Jowd, you must have heard this name before. Temsik. The meteorite that fell in the park 10 years ago, you were there. So you found out about that, did you? I hear that meteorite saved little Lynn's life. That's right. I couldn't do anything to help Lynn that day. But in that case, I don't get it. If it's true, doesn't it mean you didn't steal somebody's life away? What are you talking about? Detective Jowd, you told me that 10 years ago, the person who killed the perpetrator in the park was you. What? But it was the meteorite. I wasn't lying. I stole that man's life away, no question about it. It was entirely my fault. I was just about to shoot him. I would have shot him in the next instant if the meteorite hadn't come. At that point, I was already a murderer. That's not true. You were trying to save me. Lynn, I'm sorry, but I don't think that's really it. Huh? On that day 10 years ago, a different incident happened in another place. Another place? Yes, in the police headquarters interrogation room. The worst sort of incident. A suspect who was being questioned escaped. Wow, I didn't know about that. I happened to be there in the detective division, so I joined the chase. Fortunately, or I guess unfortunately, I was able to track him down alone in the park. Hold it right there. I fired a warning shot. I wanted to catch him bad. That warning shot made him panic. At the time, I was a young and green detective brandishing my sense of justice like a sword. I made him panic and got you involved, Lynn. It was all my fault. Detective Jowd. All I could see was my target. I couldn't even see you. I'm so sorry, Lynn. So the man who grabbed me died that day. These last 10 years, I've never forgotten his face. And then a few years after that, when my wife Alma died in such a mysterious way, I thought it was fate, my punishment for what I'd done. I painted pictures in my cell, nothing but portraits of people's faces. All the faces of the many people I'd met in my life and didn't want to forget. And tonight, I finished my last portrait, the final face I wanted to remember. The final face. The face of the man in the park that day. Wait just 1 minute. That can't be. I saw that painting. I saw the face you painted tonight. It was my face. Are you telling me I was the man in the park that time? That's right. That face of yours is the face I saw 10 years ago. The face of the man whose life I stole. Of the man who was pronounced dead at the scene. But hold on, Detective Jowd. That can't be true. I just met Sissel for the first time tonight. He died right in front of me. By the way, the name that I know the man in the park that day by isn't Sissel. What? From the first minute I laid eyes on you tonight, I've been wondering, who in the world is this guy? Mr. Minister? Inspector Cabanela, where are you? Just be quiet and listen. This is our demand. What? Demand? Our demand hasn't changed. The execution must be tonight. Once we've confirmed it's been carried out, we'll release the hostage. What are you talking about, Inspector Cabanela? You know it wasn't my daughter who was abducted. Does it really matter who the hostage is? A life is a life. even if it's the daughter of a death row prisoner. Once the criminal gets the punishment he deserves, the hostage will go free. Carry out the execution immediately, and wait for our call. What is it, Mr. Minister? You look paler than ever. What in the world? What's going on? Inspector Cabanela! The rock of the gods that fell from the sky 10 years ago twisted the fates of many people and started a chain of tragic events. And even now, the chain continues to grow ever longer. Inspector Cabanela's call proved that to us. And the greatest mystery of all has risen to the surface. Who is this me I've been chasing all night? Who am I? I'm even further from knowing than when I started. Yeah. Chapter 15, 2:55 a.m. 10 years ago, a man named Sissel took a little girl named Lynn hostage and was killed by a meteorite fragment. Tonight, a man named Sissel met a detective named Lynn at a junkyard on the edge of town, and then was killed by a bullet. But the scene I find waiting for me on the other end of the phone line feels like the final nail in the coffin of my lost memory. Huh? I see. Myself. There you are, Commander Sith. Finally. Sissel, where have you been, my good man? We've been looking everywhere for you. Had a little unfinished business to take care of. Didn't think it would take this long. What about your people? They sure went out of their way to mess me up. I say, we believe we fulfilled every one of your conditions in our little deal. What right do you have to complain about anything outside our bargain? We can talk about that when we get together. This will be our last communication by telephone. We'll arrive in 1 hour. I look forward to seeing you, Sissel. Dawn is approaching. The darkness surrounding my own mystery is deep, but I know it's always darkest before the dawn. Yes, we're nearing the final stages of our little deal, my good man. Yes, sir. All preparations are complete, sir. And we just had a report, sir. Lights have been spotted, sir. Have they now? By all means, let me have a look. I see. Yes, we're very close. We will now disconnect from the communication cable and have no service until we arrive, sir. Very well. I see. What's going on here? Oh. That's somewhere. I would say, yeah, that's somewhere. Nice try, Inspector Cabanela. But you could never stop me. See ya, sucker. Yikes. So, that submarine guy and his people have a deal going with me, do they? If that's the case, they probably aren't the ones who killed me, right? Anyway, there's definitely something behind the inspector's death. I think I'd better talk to him. Hey, do you think you could wake up for me? Oh boy, still unconscious, huh? I guess he hasn't been dead for very long then. I'll just go ahead and go back to 4 minutes before his death. I'm a little nervous about what I might see there, though. But if that's where I'm gonna find my answers, I can't run away from it. Here I go. Once the criminal gets the punishment he deserves, the hostage will go free. Carry out the execution immediately and wait for our call. That's a good boy. Gee, a hostage sure is a handy thing. It gives me complete control over the top police inspector in the country. Ugh. What's the matter? All those broken bones smart a bit? What's it like to feel pain? Does it make you feel alive? Why are you doing this? Now, is that any kind of question for a top inspector to ask? Isn't it obvious? Revenge, of course. Revenge on all the people who stole my life away 10 years ago. Don't be ridiculous. It was a meteorite that stole your life, or have you forgotten that? Wrong. It was murdered by all of you. Detective Jowd, who chased me down and forced me into a corner, even though I was innocent. Lynn, that girl who was right there where I was running. Lynn? She was just an innocent little girl playing in the park. If that brat hadn't been there, I never would have thought of taking a hostage. That's the most self-centered garbage I've ever heard. And finally, you, Inspector Cabanela. Me? If you hadn't done what you did, I never would have pointed a gun at that kid. You were so proud of your spotless record that my case was the one blot on it, wasn't it? Only two people know the real truth, me and Detective Jowd. I bet tonight's execution will be quite a relief to you, won't it? One of the people who know about the stain on your record will disappear for good, and that's why you didn't help him escape from prison. That's the kind of guy you are. I got nothing to say to you. You'd never listen anyway. Well. Now then, Inspector. Time to make a big red stain on your spotless white coat. This was another condition of my deal, to wipe out everybody who knew about Tensik. Revenge? That's what I'm up to? None of this makes any sense. Hey man, mind telling me what's going on? Inspector Cabanela, he's awake. My head is spinning, baby. Am I to understand? The Cabanela character who just got shot is me? That's right. And you're supposed to be the scoundrel there who just shot me? I guess so. But you couldn't be, could you? Huh? After all, the guy in the red suit just blocked out the door, right? So, who are you? I guess I just have to face it. I'm not that Sissel guy. I'm somebody who's searching for myself. That's why I'm here to save you. At the very least, you have information about that guy in red. Information I need. So you came on a rescue mission now, did you? Nothing like the sound of that, baby. Because there's a very important life here somewhere. A life valuable to this nation. Okay, so do your thing, baby. Okay. So, are you a manipulator too? I have ghost tricks, powers of the dead, yeah, but I can't control living creatures. Anywho, I think you'd better be very careful. That guy in red is a manipulator. Naturally, he knows about powers like yours. If he realizes you're here, things might get a little sticky. You're right, I'd better be careful. Look at him. There's that something emanating from his body. Is it really the sign of having special powers of the dead? Let's see. That's a good boy. Gee, yada yada, he said this. What's going on? I've never seen the ghost world like this. So you're here, are you? You sensed my presence. I noticed you. You think you can stop me, do you? I don't know why you're wearing my face, but you might as well give up now. I control everything. Dang it. Everything, including the life of this police inspector in white. Wait, don't shoot. Well, I just killed him faster. This other me knows the powers of the dead as well. Who wouldn't notice what you just did? You were practically shouting, "Look at me, baby." Looks like it might be hard to save you under these circumstances. I guess I can't use my powers right in front of him like that. Guess I'd better rewind the clock again and see if I can pick up any other clues. Alright. What's this? The top of this bookshelf is lined with books. This one on top is balanced so precariously, it's a wonder it doesn't fall off. How did the old pigeon guy even reach up there? Wonder if he makes his pigeon fetch it for him. Do I gotta wait for something? Yada yada. The only thing I can think that'll happen is that. That's not it, but I thought I was thinking he was gonna move that little step stool thing and it would bring me down here. But that works faster. That's better. What in the world happened here? Think I'm starting to remember. Something bad happened here. And now, there's another death lying hidden here. What? Another death? Didn't I tell you from the start? Didn't I say there was a very important life, valuable to the nation here? Thought you were talking about you. I'm just a crazy character in a white coat, baby. Hey, come to think of it, where's that old pigeon guy? Neat. Oh. Excuse me. Are you awake? Of course. I never sleep during work hours. Professor, do you recognize me? There's only one crazy character in a white coat that I know of. He hasn't lost his memory? I'm not the type who likes losing things, but never mind that. Cabanela, this is quite a surprising guest you brought with you. Pretending like he didn't just blow up the place. Are you talking about me? Oh, this is a different guy, and I'm his guest, actually. Said he came to rescue us. Unlike you, my sharp friend, he still hasn't gotten his memory back. Pitiful. Ouch, that hurts. Anyway, now that we'll be going back to 4 minutes before your death. In order to change your fate, that is. But aren't we already in the past, man? But we can go back even further. I've done it before. I still don't see a path to saving Inspector Cabanela, but if we go back further, maybe I'll find a lead. I see. How many times do I have to tell you, Professor? This place is dangerous. Don't be daft. I can't leave now. He's completely dead, but just as I thought, I'm getting a reading. This is the source of his powers. If I remove it... He's not dead. He's just not there. The true form of the manipulator isn't something you can detect. It's a spirit. Ridiculous. So, you figured it all out, huh? You're a clever man, Inspector Cabanela. So it's really true. I wasted a lot of time tonight because of you, Inspector. But it's all just like you said. I died 10 years ago. This body is just a vessel, a shell. I control everything. The shell, people, just like I controlled the Justice Minister and Lynn. So it's true. You were manipulating my baby that time? You made her shoot your shell? But why? Why would he do a thing like that? To create conclusive evidence, you know, on that security tape. Now she's a murderer too. She'll suffer just like Jowd did. Now then, Professor, I'm afraid it's time for you to die. I don't have any grudge against you. I'm even grateful to you. Oh yeah? So why don't you let me live then? I'll be leaving this country forever tonight. Before I do, I need to erase all evidence that these powers of mine exist. Along with the contraption in this room. Oh. This time, the thing will work the way it was meant to, and it'll be all over. Cupid won't turn this time. We'll shoot his little arrow this way. Professor, look out! Dynamite, huh? When the devil did he put that there? We planned it all out tonight. Having my baby shoot him, having his corpse disappear. His corpse disappeared? The medical examiner. Remember him? He was a complete and utter imposter. He said he was going to take the corpse back to the lab, but he'd already made a deal with the manipulator to meet him and give him the body back. But I wasn't going to let that happen, baby. You saw through their plan, eh? I noticed right away the medical examiner didn't know the first thing about examining a body. I knew he was a fake, so I tracked him down and bought him off. Bought him off? I had him smuggle the corpse to this room. I thought we could find the source of his powers. Of course, never in my wildest dreams did I think his abilities were powers of the dead. Anyway, there isn't much time. He's leaving the country before dawn. I'm gonna follow him, of course, after I save you two. But something's been nagging at the back of my mind. Remember what Ray said to me tonight? He said that spirits cease to exist when the day breaks. If that's true, how could a spirit from 10 years ago still be here? No time for thinking now, baby. Action is the name of the game. Work your magic and take us back even further into the past. Open. What if I just open that? Alright, man, jump in there and stop that explosion, would you? Easy enough for you to say. Foolish of you to say, too. Stop the explosion, he'll just do me in some other way. Fair enough, then jump in there and take care of that man in red, would you? I repeat, easy enough for you to say. Almost like impossible to boot. A huge explosion didn't even make him bat an eye. Well, what do you propose then, Prof? Pray tell. Your best bet is to save me during the explosion without him noticing. Easy enough for you to say, sheesh, what's with all these people? Anywho, jump in there and do something. I feel like I just gotta open this up right as the explosion starts. And then he'll fall in and not blow up. Yeah. Bing bong. If I just remove it, is he talking about the meteorite? I think I just gotta wait. Yada yada yada. Yada yada yada. What if I had opened it while he was there? Alright, do it. Pop 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 baby pop a doo doo doo. Skibbity boo. Along with the contraption in this room. Okay. As you perhaps have already noticed, time is running out, baby. Yeah, no, perhaps about it, I know. But you know, there aren't a whole lot of things I can use my ghost tricks on in here. Looks like it's all over. Unless I find another path, I'm sort of at a deadlock here. Sissel. Hey, I know that voice. Help me. Where are you? Find me. Before I'm carried away. What's with the frail sounding call for help? He's here somewhere. A friend of yours? Yep, a little guy that looks a little fragile, but has strength that'd surprise you. Well, he's asking you to find him. Before he's carried away, no less. But I'm almost out of time. Should I look for him? Oh. Sissel, here I am. Oh hey, it's Missile. What are you doing there? Do you really have to ask? Seriously, are you really going there? No, that's okay. Never mind. Anyway, I need your powers. Will you help me out? Of course. Here, let me join. Come join you. Okay. Okay, here I am, Sissel. Now maybe things will flow in a new direction, even though the flow of the sewer is a little bit stinky. Okay, so now what? Okay, let's stop that explosion. No, we can't do that. Okay, let's take care of that man in red then. No, we can't do that either. We can't do this, we can't do that. What can we do? We let the explosion happen. Then we rescue the old pigeon guy without the man in red noticing. And your powers are the key to all of it, Missile. Oh, I don't know about that, but I'll do my best. Talking about a matter of seconds, we can't miss our chance. I don't know what to do. What you got here? And then you can do what now? I don't know, man. I just don't know. I'm just gonna try to open this and see what happens. It's no use, I can't open it. Does the fact the professor's standing on it have anything to do with it? It looks small, but I'm pretty sense of proud of that fact too. Store. Such a pity, too bad it doesn't open downward. Sometimes life can be so hard, wouldn't you agree, Professor? Yeah, that's why we're both dead. A door that opens downward, huh? Well. That's something I wish I would have considered in the first place. But, I didn't do that. I did not do that. I gotta replace it though, right? What's this? Those squeaky guys are making a fuss about something. Sissel, my animal instincts are starting to surface. You mean you want to chase them? I think you have to be alive to do that. Must be some kind of rat feast in that trash can. These things usually make a bigger commotion than that. A bigger commotion, eh? I'm probably gonna have to restart still, but... Now that's what I'd call some proper commotion. They're making that trash can dance. Truth be told, I feel a bit like dancing now myself. It's getting harder and harder to hold my wild instincts back. What a dangerous bunch. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Yeah, I'm out of time. Professor, look out! So I have to save you without the other me noticing. And the moment of truth is just as the explosion occurs. We can do it, Sissel. I know we can. The key to success here is this little doggie's powers. Guess I better rewind the clock. Okay. I'll do it right this time. Here. This time it should be easy. Look at them rats. Little cuties. Oh, that's what it calls some proper promotion. Go. Come on, man. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. There you go. Oops, I do want to swap. Alright. Swap. Look out! Sorry, little pigeon. That's for you, Inspector. I have a little job for you. I can't move. I think I have 4 or 5 broken bones. I don't mind. I won't prevent me from manipulating you. It might make it hurt a little bit when I move you, though. Quite a bit, actually. Dang you. Well, I can't believe it. You lot actually pulled it off. Sorry, Inspector Cabanoa, I couldn't do anything to help you. And here I am, a poor broken heap of arms and legs. But no matter, I enjoyed the show. The magic disappearing act. That is, nothing like it, baby. Yeah, except, unlike a normal magic trick, I'm the one that managed to vanish without a trace here. Cool. What's the matter? You look like you'd rather be dead, not that you aren't. I was just remembering the fact that, right about now, the real me has given the poor Justice Minister a real fright. Oh, that phone call? Yeah, he was pretty upset. Excuse me, mister. You really shouldn't be mean like that. And what's this lively little creature? Oh, this little doggy is the warrior who keeps Camilla safe. Or he would be if he was actually still full of life. Camilla. What a terrible thing. A poor little girl taken hostage. It's a cruel twist of fate indeed. Wait just a minute. Miss Camilla is a hostage? Yes, we're sorry, little warrior. Miss Camilla? A hostage? What's a hostage? Anyway, Inspector Cabanela, it's time to save your life now. But you wouldn't get very far when you tried. You couldn't get very far when you tried before, am I right? But this time it's different, right, Cecil? That's right. With us working together, it's a whole different situation. We'll save the Inspector in white, and then we'll go rescue Camilla, okay? Okay, let's hurry up and get through this. Gee, kids, you're making me feel like an afterthought. Alright, let's get started. Inspector Cabanela is upstairs, so our first step is to get up there. Cecil, I'll go up first and wait for you. Huh. Okay, lovey-dove, we need your help. Carry this measuring device upstairs. It has Mr. Ghost in it, so don't drop it. Okay. You've got grit, little pigeon. Better get up there before the little pigeon's strength gives out. Missile is waiting for me. I better hurry. There you are, Cecil. Sorry for the wait, Missile. 4 minutes from now, the Inspector will be killed by a gun. You just jump in there and stop him from firing, would you? There you go again with that stuff. Besides, it doesn't make any sense. You stop him from firing, he'll just kill you some other way. Wait a minute, that sounds familiar. Yep, same situation as mine. But this time around is to allow him to shoot and then save Cabanela without him noticing. Woo, it's even worse than last time. Anywho, jump in there and do something. Okay, I'm ready to jump in, Cecil. Don't forget, whenever you want to use my powers, just touch the icon. Okay. What's over here? Can't swap those around. Let's see. Hold on, let me save my game just in case. I haven't done that yet. Save complete, continue playing, yes. Oops. So what would I swap around? What would be... Oh, did you see that? That bad Cecil turned around. You have to call him that. But yeah, maybe this is our chance to try some ghost tricks. This is the only time he takes his eyes off me, too. If you have something to do, do it now. And to take the first steps toward saving the Inspector. I want to... do this. Because now, when he points the gun, you can't use the lamp to knock it out of his hand. I got nothing to say to you. You'd never listen anyway. Yikes, I'm a little scared now. Why didn't he die? Because he's already dead. He died 10 years ago. I knew full well he wouldn't die if I shot him. Why'd you go to the trouble of shooting him at all? Time's almost up. That's enough chit-chat. But now the situation has changed slightly. These last split seconds are our chance. this without him noticing, right? Okay. Like that. Jiggle. Okay. Now if I move this back. Can you... swap the bullet out for that? Potentially. That's the only thing I can think. Wait. And this helps me. How? How does this help me? I don't know. I don't know how it helps. This is a really thick book. Can't read, so I don't know what it's about. Will I ever get my memory back? Oh. This was another condition. Yada yada. It's too late again. I'm going to get shot again. Oh wait, our chance is coming up. Last split second, right? Leave it to me. Would you look at that? The bullet is hanging in midair between the gun and the inspector's forehead. Now's our chance, and you're in the bullet right now. Let's swap in this little thing with something else. But what? It's our only hope. There's got to be something here with the same shape and direction. It has such a cute little shape, doesn't it? I can check out the bullet's shape on the top screen. Okay, got it. Now I know what it's shaped like. I wish I could swap it out for... yeah, this is the only thing. I probably had to drop that. I just killed him a different way. It didn't go well. We tried swapping what we could find, but we just made things worse. Not nice, kids. Not nice at all. He put a dent in my lovely mask. So better look for something softer. Yeah. So when he turns around, I gotta also, instead of turning the lamp, I gotta drop that. I gotta drop that hat, so that way when the other hat falls, it hangs, I think. Forget how to get over there. You get in there. Oh yeah, the teapot. Come on, teapot man. Drop it. Ooh, I'll have to turn this off. Turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around. Quickly. What was that? Nothing at all. Wow. Okay. Now I wait. I got nothing to say to you. You'd never listen anyway. Okay. Go over here. And then... jiggle. Okay. Now you get in there. Now you move. Now you swap these. There we go. Easy. Well, what do you look at that? Right on the hook. I love knit hats. So warm and most of all soft. And now that I'm looking at it, it has the same shape as the helmet you just knocked down. Aha! I thought so. I knew it. Yada yada yada. Yada yada yada. Yada yada yada. Uh-huh. Blah blah blah. Say some more words, why don't you? Swap. Nice. I don't think he noticed. Looks like you pulled off another magic disappearing act. And now I say again, I love knit hats, so warm and most of all soft. Did I do all right? You did a fine job, little one. You saved another life. And I'll keep doing it too. Over and over. What I saw in just these 4 minutes gave me all the answers I've been looking for. All our research these past 10 years pales in comparison, right, Professor? So you two were working together? It's about the size of it, yeah. Who would believe a story about a manipulator? So we pursued it ourselves, just the two of us. I'm quite a crazy character myself, after all. Okay, let's hurry back to our time. We have to rescue Miss Camilla. You're right, Missile. And there's a certain guy I have to follow too. Alright. After completing his revenge on Inspector Cabanela, the man in red left, and now a new story is about to unfold in a new present. How are you feeling, you old crazy character? Hey there, Prof. We're both alive, I see. Yeah, nothing like it, baby. But I don't know if I'm getting old or what. I've got a few aches and pains here and there. Used to be a little thing like an explosion wouldn't bother me. Yeah, right, like I'm going to believe that. So what, the guy in red is gone? Just in case, I posted special investigation units all around the building. Let's just pray the boys came through for us. Dang it, you picked a bad time not to listen to me, body of mine. Well, it looks like both of their deaths were erased. Unfortunately, in the case of the Inspector in white, I can't call it a complete success, but in any case, these two have the information I need to start tracking the manipulator. I'd better talk to them. If I knew these things were going to end up like this, I would have tried to die in that explosion, baby. That way I could have been dancing after Big Red by now. Might be able to erase deaths, but it's true I can't do much about injuries. But really, you shouldn't talk that way. Yeah, sorry. I suppose you're right. I just hate feeling so helpless. He was right there within my grasp. All our plans were resting on tonight, and then this had to happen. I guess he's thinking about his spotless record. It's not too late, Inspector. We still have a chance. Maybe I can catch him. Say, you're right. That's not a bad idea. I'll cooperate with you fully. Go ahead and fire away with any questions you like, Mr. Ghost. That guy mentioned revenge. Revenge against the people who stole his life away 10 years ago. He's a fool. He's the one who made the decision to take that little girl hostage and he wound up dead. He only has himself to blame. But what about when he said this? I was murdered by all of you. Detective Jowd, you forced me into a corner. Lynn, the girl who was playing in the park. And finally, you, Inspector Cabanela. If you hadn't done what you did, I never would have pointed a gun at that kid. Yes, 10 years ago on that day, the Special Investigation Unit was working on a certain big case. We hauled in a young man, an important witness to our investigation. And then I did it. I made two very stupid mistakes. Detective, I'll tell you, I don't know anything about it. Fine, fine. You're under no obligation to talk, of course. But if you don't, the Special Investigation Unit can make the rest of your life a living heck. But I've just been assigned to the Special Investigation Unit, you see. They didn't share much info on big cases with a newbie like me yet, and I wanted to impress them. It was only supposed to be a simple matter of taking his statement, but I was too green. I pushed him too hard. I drove him into a corner and made him lose all hope. That was my first mistake, and then I made another mistake on top of that. Cabanela, got a minute? The chief wants to see you about your report. Got it, I'll be right there. You stay right there and be a good boy now. And that's when I did it. I left it behind in the interrogation room. My gun. How could you? He used my gun to escape. What he said is true. If I hadn't made that mistake, he never would have had a gun to point at Lynn in the first place. We first found out about the manipulator's existence during a certain overseas communication. Overseas communication? For national security purposes, this country keeps tabs on the communications networks. This particular communication was about making a deal with a certain foreign country. He said he wanted them to buy him and his powers. That's how we first heard about him. Of course, we didn't know what he looked like at the time, and in order to prove these powers of his, he gave them two predictions. He foresaw two completely preposterous impossible cases. The case of a man who would sing national secrets during a live rock concert broadcast, and the case of a man who would take the chief commissioner hostage in his own office. These two inmates at the special prison, eh? We kept tabs on their communications and launched an investigation. And then finally, we pinpointed where they were going to meet tonight and staked it out. That restaurant, the Chicken Kitchen. The manipulator plans on leaving this country tonight. On a submarine that belongs to the other country in this deal. It's a submarine? We haven't been able to find out where it's going to surface. It's terrifying to think that what would happen if his powers were to fall into their hands. Very highly unlikely they'd use them for peaceful purposes. And now they have that little girl as a hostage. Camilla. We have to stop him before he leaves the country. The spotless record of yours, is it really that important to you? Of course, baby. In some ways, it's more important to me than my life. In your life, eh? After all, it's because of my record that I'm able to get my hands on all intel. As head of the Special Investigation Unit, and because of my position, I get to direct all aspects of the investigation into the manipulator case. The manipulator case? That's why you cared about your record so much? Of course, why else, baby? I just never could believe it. Man, Jowd shooting Alma. I didn't care that he confessed. There was definitely something more to the story. Some secret. I did everything I could to climb the ladder, everything in my power. And then I finally found the answer. It took 5 long years, though. The manipulator, he's going to prove that Jowd is innocent. Incredible determination. There's one thing I don't understand. You were so determined to help Detective Jowd. Why didn't you help him escape from prison? That's an easy one, baby. Escaping from prison is a crime. I wasn't about to help him commit a crime after spending 5 years trying to prove him innocent. And he himself asked to be executed, you know. As a man of the law, I had to make sure the execution was stopped legally. And that's why I brought him before the Justice Minister, too. I needed to buy as much time as I possibly could, baby. So that's it, eh? But there's one little unfortunate result of all this. Lynn completely misunderstood your intentions. Huh. What's a little misunderstanding? My baby will come around, give it time. But there are more important things to do with our time tonight. Okay. Mr. Superintendent, do you mind if I talk to you for a minute? I haven't always been a junkyard superintendent, you know. I used to be part of the police. The police, huh? Not as a detective, but as a medical examiner. I investigated victims' cause of death. 10 years ago, I was asked to autopsy a strange corpse. He was by a meteorite fragment and died instantly. That's what the police report said. There were no signs of life. He was definitely dead. But I never filed an autopsy report. It's because the corpse suddenly vanished, leaving behind only one clue. An unusual corpse. But that's what I've been chasing all night. Could you tell me more? Yeah, sure. I have an interest in you, recovering your memory and finding your true identity too. That's the only way I could describe it too. It was an unusual corpse. He was dead all right, no question about that. But there wasn't a scratch on him. Not a scratch, but I thought he was hit by a meteorite fragment. I don't understand it any more than you do. I was completely bewildered. When I tried to autopsy him, I was even more puzzled. I couldn't perform the autopsy. You couldn't? What do you mean? The scalpel went in, but I couldn't cut. As soon as I tried to make an incision, it would heal up in the very next instant. And that's how it went, and no scarring or blood either. And I never had the chance to solve the mystery. It's because the corpse up and vanished on us. The morgue is well guarded, nobody could have stolen that body. There's one way the corpse could have disappeared. What's that? Clue? It got up, opened the door, and walked out on its own. What? He was dead, but he wasn't dead. We saw it with our own eyes tonight. Not even that explosion could kill him. And he didn't even feel it when he slammed his fist on that stove. The corpse left behind some data from some testing I did. I got some readings for some kind of radiation coming off that body. Radiation? I used all kinds of instruments, but I couldn't determine exactly what kind of radiation it was. Some undiscovered type from a world unknown. Wait a minute, could it be? That's right, it was coming from that meteorite fragment. I went to that park and tested the spot where the meteorite fell. And as I expected, I detected radiation coming from that crater. It was the exact same pattern of radiation as that of the corpse. The time, I thought he was some kind of immortal being. He would die only to come back to life. I wanted to research it all in depth, so I quit my job as a police medical examiner. Several years later, I came to learn the connection between my research and the manipulator case. Thanks to the arrival of this crazy character here. Oh, stop now, Professor. You want to see me blush? It was about a year ago, I'd say. This man in white came dancing into my research lab here. I heard there was an oddball here who's researching Temsic. Is that you, baby? Who are you to be calling anybody an oddball? I was investigating the manipulator case then, and then I heard there was a man who'd quit the police force to study the meteorite. When I heard that, it was like a meteorite had struck me on the head. At the time, we were just starting to get leads on this manipulator. We didn't know who he was yet, but we knew he was communicating with a certain foreign country. In one of those communications, we heard the manipulator say this: "The source of my power is not of this world." And that's when I put 2 and 2 together, baby. The manipulator case and Temsic were somehow connected. Which also explains how 5 years ago he used his powers to manipulate a birthday surprise a little girl made for her mother. He added that gun to the contraption, most likely by controlling Camilla. Okay. So that contraption in the basement here, you built that to try and help Detective Jowd? That's right. Jowd and I worked together back when I was with the Force. I used the reports of his case to try and recreate the device, but there was just one part of it that I couldn't reproduce no matter how hard I tried. Camilla told Jowd it did something it shouldn't have, made an impossible move. I added that part to the device I recreated, put in a part that would allow Cupid to rotate, otherwise the gun wouldn't fire. So that must mean somebody manipulated Camilla's contraption. As a result, we proved to ourselves that the manipulator actually existed. Inspector Cabanela. Hey, baby. Sorry about that phone call. It must have sounded like a real villain. I hate to spoil your image of me. Of that cool cat inspector you always looked up to. Is that really the image she had of him? Inspector Cabanela, I'm sorry, I just heard. You were chasing after that man all this time to try and help Detective Jowd. This manipulator is such a dangerous character. I was hoping you didn't have to be involved. So that's why you had me arrested tonight, isn't it? Like I always say, if somebody's in the way, throw him in the slammer. Yikes. Tonight. I really thought we finally had him. But my body gave out on me right at the critical moment. It's like a cruel joke. Ha ha ha! But a joke is a joke. You might as well laugh. Jowd! The minister called off the execution order. And while he was at it, he let Detective Jowd go free until tomorrow morning, too. It's pretty extreme while he was at it. Sorry I took so long to get here. You can leave the rest to me. There you go again. You've always been like that. You make everybody else run around, and then you swoop in at the last second. Jowd. 5 years ago, you left this coat with me, just before you turned yourself in. I promised to give it back to you one day. Neat. I've been waiting so long, Detective Jowd. Waiting for this day to come. Thanks for not giving up on me, Lynn. Okay, I'm off then. Good luck, my old friend. This present you gave me, it's just what I needed. Thank you. Glad you like it. Sissel, are you there? Yeah, I'm here. You and I have to go find that man. I need your help. Will you do this with me? Sure, but how? We don't know where the submarine is, and the phone line doesn't work. They use communication cables to make their calls. We'll get you hooked up somehow, you'll see. Could you wait here until we do, please? Okay, fine. I'm counting on you. This true self you're looking for? I bet you'll find it soon. Alright, I'm leaving. Inspector Cabanela. It's almost on. I'm not who I thought I was. I'm actually further from knowing who I am than ever. But now I don't feel so alone. Each one of us, for his or own reasons, is looking for the truth. Together, I think we can shed a light on these mysteries and drive away the darkness. But it's almost dawn. Yeah.